Hey, this is Paul Gough, author of the best-selling book on marketing for physical therapists, the New Patient Accelerator. And in this video today, I'm going to answer a very common question that I get asked by physical therapists like you. That is, how do I get patients for my physical therapy practice? Well, the answer, quite simply, you need to market. We need to market the existence of you, the physical therapy practice, you, the physical therapist. Without marketing, quite simply, nothing happens. And I think many people are aware of that. People go into business and they aren't naive enough to think that they can exist without marketing. We kind of all subconsciously know that that's what we have to do. I think the better question is, how do I market? What do I have to think about when it comes to my marketing? Because as sure as anything that I know, as sure as night follows day, anytime a physical therapist commits and invests in marketing, a wonderful thing happens called the phone starts to ring. So marketing is super important, and you are absolutely on the right tracks in thinking about growing your business in terms of getting patients. That's what we have to do. But we've now got to think about the marketing and the fundamental principles of marketing, which really are the who is the patient that you want to market to, what's the message that they need to hear, and what's the media, the Facebook or the Instagram or the Google, for example, that you're going to use to get that message to that person. So those are the three things that really you've got to consider as you think about your marketing. And if you pushed me on it, when it comes to how do I get more patients for my PT clinic, where you have to start immediately to think about is actually not getting more patients, it's actually getting the right patients. And that's the who. In my world, in my book, in the New Patient Accelerator book, I call them perfect patients. I think a fundamental mistake that people make when it comes to marketing is a failure to consider who they want to do business with. If you take somebody who's been in business now for even as little as 6 months, they already have a sweet spot client, a perfect patient. They have somebody in their world right now who spends the most money with them the easiest. I'll say that again for you. They have somebody in their world right now, they have somebody in their database who mathematically spends the most money with them the easiest. Now that could be a guy, it could be a female, it could be a female aged 55, it could be a female aged 55 with chronic low back pain. And when you figure out who that person is, which is quite possibly the most important decision of your business, it makes it much easier to then think about how to market to that person. If you consider who that person is and you agree that their customer lifetime value, the amount that they are going to be worth to you over the next 5, 10, 15 or 20 years, is something that makes being in business worthwhile to you, then once you've confirmed that, the next thing that we're going to do is start to think about how do we get that person. The next thing that people naturally want to do is say, okay, I'm going to go to Facebook or Instagram or Google, or I'm going to send an email or a newspaper ad. That's not the next step. The next step is to think about what's the message that that person needs to hear from you to resonate with them, to tell them that they know that you know what you're talking about. Because you and I know that you're very skilled. I know that I'm a very skilled physical therapist. Okay, I made it to 5 years in professional soccer. I built a huge client base, very happy clients. I knew what I was doing technically and clinically. However, the person who's thinking about hiring me doesn't understand that I understand their problem. And that's the job of marketing. So we have to, for example, think about if my ideal patient is a 55-year-old lady, I have to start to think about the problems that that person has and is living with. Now, it's immediately you think that that person's problem is back pain. And they do have back pain, but that's not their primary frustration right now. Their primary frustration is that they don't know what to do about their back pain. Their doctor has told them to take pills. Their doctor has suggested injections. Their doctor suggested rest. They looked on YouTube and found some exercises that they tried but didn't work. They went to a Pilates class. Nothing happened there except the problem got worse the next day. This person is now perennially frustrated. They don't know what to do. And if I use my marketing to push that message through the channels of things like Instagram or Facebook or email marketing or Google or newspaper ads or banner ads or a workshop or a community event, write a book, then I'm significantly more likely to get that patient to want to come to my practice. But most importantly, and I think this is the bit that's lost on many people at the start of their businesses, most importantly, that person will pay much higher fees to work with me, because in that person's eyes, I understand their problem better than the next physical therapists. Right now, you've likely got a competitor in your town who is marketing themselves as a physical therapist, and that's good. It's better than nothing. But what's better than that is when you market yourself as a provider of solutions to specific problems that your ideal person has got. And when you start to market like that, that's how you get more perfect patients, as we call them, or sweet spot patients, coming to your office, spending more money with you, making business growth significantly easier. I'm a huge fan. Look, business is like a war without bullets. It's very difficult at the best of times. Stuff happens. There's so many variabilities. There's so many things that can go wrong. I'm a huge fan of business, and you making business as easy as possible, stacking the deck in your favor, as I like to call it. And one of the ways that you stack the deck in your favor is by getting very clear on who the person is that you want to treat more. And then secondly, ensuring that that person has a significant customer lifetime value to you. Too many physical therapists play and think too small. They think about their price per session. They think about the person coming to their office spending $100, $150. I start to think about the client actually spending $20,000 with me over the course of the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. If I get the customer and then I do a good job to service that customer, it makes sense. In our world, their back pain might go from my initial plan of care, but sure as hell, their knee pain will come back, their foot pain will come back, their ankle pain might start, their hip pain might start, their migraines might come. At some point in their life, more problems are coming their way. And if I do a good job, they're going to come back to me, and therefore the lifetime value of that customer to me can be in the thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. And when you think like that, particularly in the early phase of your business, which you obviously are, if you're thinking about how do I get patients as a physical therapist, that's something that is huge for you and will give you a significant advantage. It will give you money for marketing. It will give you money for better premises. It will give you money for better staff. It will actually give you some money to do this thing called make a profit that you're actually in business for in the first place. So how to get more patients to your PT clinic? Well, the obvious binary answer is market. But hopefully I've given you something there to think about when it comes to actually marketing your business. The message, the media, and the who are three fundamental things that you must get right on top of the customer lifetime value. Do not do what most people do, is immediately start to do something on Instagram or do something on Facebook or put an ad out or send some leaflets out or put some business cards up somewhere, knock on somebody's door. All of that's fine, but all of that needs to be done after you've considered who the person is that you want to work with, the lifetime value to you, and then the message that you need to say on all of those different things that you've just described. So you've got to go back a couple of steps in order to get everything that you want from your marketing, if you want it to be successful, whoever the patient is going to be. So hopefully that's helped. If you want more on that, you can get it in my new Patient Accelerator book. It's a real book. It's 200 plus pages of many of the things that I've just spoken to you about there that I'm sure you will enjoy. And you can go to paulgoughbooks.com to get that, as well as my other books on selling, on hiring, on leadership. We've got a whole library literally of books, real physical books that you can get from us to have, to learn and to study. I've been in business myself for over 15 years. I built my own private practice. I've employed countless number of people. I've helped them work with businesses all over the world to radically shift their thinking, to improve their marketing, increase their lifetime value, and ultimately add more profit to their practice. So check out paulgoughbooks.com. You can get some more information from me there.
Thanks for watching this video, and if you found it helpful, and if you now find yourself thinking, I wonder what else this person can help me with, head over to paulgough.com/books, where you can find my best-selling books, which will show you how to add more profit to your practice. Or send an email to paul@paulgough.com to ask about how we can help you accelerate the growth and profitability of your clinic. And by the way, if you know anybody who would find this helpful, please share this video out. Thanks so much.